Hey guys, welcome to another episode of 0 to 60. This one's going to be a bit different. It's a tech tips video and it's a really common problem with the E-Series vehicles with the CCC units. I suspect it's the CCC, but basically this vehicle, the main infotainment system just keeps restarting. So we're going to see if we can diagnose it and fix it. Let's get into it. So trying to identify the problem, what they'll do, if it's what I think it is, we'll just power the car up. And you can hear, okay, there it is. So the screen's come on. You can see it's sort of having a bit of a panic attack. The screen's glitching. And it's like it gets stuck in a continual boot phase. Now, if this is the problem that I'm thinking it is, it's normally caused by the power units in the CCC drive, the main unit down here, just overheating. So as I'm aware, it is repairable, but it can be quite expensive. So let's get that unit out. I've got a test unit that we're going to try and see if it fixes the problem. Okay, so to get the CCC unit out, there's actually a little bit of work. You've got to take this wood trim panel off, which you can then remove the AC unit, and then you can get that top trim. So let's get on with it. I'm going to try and lever the wood by hand first, because if someone's had it out recently, sometimes they'll come off quite easy. No, it won't. So let's use the tools. Might have to edit this bit a bit.
Years later.
Okay, so to not ruin this lovely vehicle, it's taken nearly 5 minutes just to get this panel loose, but it is slowly starting to come loose. So we'll keep edging it out. These are not a pop type clip. They're like, there it is. They're like a continual push-in fitment. So they don't pop like a lot of other trim panels. Just still tight down here. There it is. Okay. So I'm gonna turn the car off. I'm going to disconnect the start-stop button and also the hazard switch. Actually, what I might do, let's just place that there. The hazard switch is really difficult to get to, so we'll try and do it without taking that off. So the reason we had to remove this is to remove this panel, and they are just to pop on, I think. Okay, come out. So that one, now that one's out, I'm going to place this one back down in its hole. And I'm gonna, we'll disconnect them just so they're out of the way. Might give it a clean before it goes back together as well, get all the dust from behind the dash off. Cool, so that's out of the way. Now we have access to the trim panel for the CCC. Just pops off nicely. Cool. And that's the CCC unit. I'll just go and grab a Phillips and we'll get her out. Now, just while we're doing this, as I mentioned at the start of the video, there's a couple of ways you can have these repaired. There's a company in America which replace the power units. So they sort of recondition them, although from Australia that ends up to be quite an expensive service. In fact, looking at this one, it has already been repaired. So it'll be interesting to see, and that is something to keep in mind. I do remember reading that you can have them repaired and they can still fail again. What we're going to do in this case is fit a second-hand unit that we know works. and see how we go. So that's the main mounting screws. I didn't mention it in the video, but before I actually started all this, I made sure the gear stick was as far back as possible to give us clearance. And that's it. So from this point, it's just a matter of removing everything. And we have a few awkward to get connectors. Very awkward. This is the actual screen cable. Flip it over the other way. The actual main Acra cable, I think they call it, it's off. We've got a bit more room to play with, and then just the fan unit. Bit of a biatch. Cool. So that's the unit out there. Visually this unit appears to be in quite good condition, but you can see it was repaired in 2015 already. So, alright, I'm going to go grab the second-hand unit and we'll see if we can get this all working. So this is the second-hand unit that we have secured. It is pretty much exactly the same model as the one that's come out of it. We'll plug her in and see if we have any luck. Now I'm going to plug the wires in the way that, reverse of the way I pulled them out. So we'll do the fan cable first, swap it over, and the main, I want to say Acra cable, but I don't think that's the word. These are always a bit of a bitch to get in. So that's powered up straight away. And then we have the screen display cable. Pain to get to. Display's on, and it's staying on instead of restarting. And we've got the two antenna cables. I think one's GPS and one is actually radio. And there we go, it's powered up. Now before I lock everything back into place, I'm just going to make sure that we've got all the normal functionality. Thinks we have a puncher, which is not right, but we will reset the tyre pressure monitor. So we go up. iDRIVE's working properly. Temp settings, vehicle settings, service. Cool, check control messages, tyre puncture. Actually, we'll get to that in a second because the car will need to be in park and what have you. Now the main thing we want to make sure is, do we have audio? Not yet. Let's see what we can do. So if we go entertainment, FM. It's not muted. We'll come back to this in a second, guys. Okay, so you may have noticed this is the next day. We had a little bit of messing around, so it turns out this car, which is a really nice spec E92 coupe with the Pro nav, it actually didn't have a Logic 7 amp, so that's why I was pretty confident that this CCC unit, which come from a vehicle with Logic 7, was just going to function as it should. But because the amp wasn't there, yeah, basically this CCC unit didn't work. What we had to do, I've coded it with NTS Expert, and I'll flash up on the screen the exact process how that was done. But we basically needed to code it for the basic sound system. I've done that, and we now have audio. So that's it, guys. Yeah, hope it helps someone. If you've got any questions, put them in the comments below. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.